everyone, it's Carter and welcome to my channel. I talk about Tesla, finance, and career-related topics. Make sure to subscribe if you're interested in learning more about any of these topics. I found a couple of really good questions on Reddit, so today I'm going to go through a couple questions and then give my opinion on what they should do. So for the first one, they say, I'm sick of being a loser and working dead-end jobs. Aside from being skilled and educated, what do I need to do so I can start moving up in the world and making something of myself? They say that they're almost 27 and that they're still in school. They still have 60 more credits left. And they're just asking, how can they move up in the world? So the first thing is, don't be so hard on yourself. You're only 27, you're not a loser, and a lot of people don't have it figured out at 27 years old. I'm 27 and I still feel like sometimes I don't have everything figured out, and I do have my bachelor's and master's. So, I mean, just because you have your education doesn't necessarily mean that you have everything together. So I definitely think that you should finish your bachelor's degree, especially if you're going into the tech world. So that's just a given. Just focus on that. Make sure you're going to get through school and you can find a really great job afterwards. Now, how to move up in the world after that is different. So my suggestion is to find a niche. That is what I did, and it has worked wonderfully for me. You want to be different than everyone around you. You want to have something, that's the reason why that they want to work with you. You're really good at this thing. Now, you could be okay at everything, but that's not as marketable as being really good and highly skilled at one specific thing. It's very similar to the doctor mentality. So if you want to be a general practitioner, you could make a couple $100,000 a year. But if you want to be a specialist like a GI, then you could be making like 300,000+ per year. So you just want to be able to be specialized in one specific thing. Every industry is going to be different, but every industry has these things. So I would just take a look as you're also in school and just see what you think could be the next big thing. So if you see a certain type of coding, if you're in some kind of IT that's going to be on the horizon, then double down on that and be the expert of that specific code. So I would just say, make sure you're looking at the long run too, not what's necessarily in right now, but what you think could be in and really popular and companies really want to have that type of skill and maybe 5 or 10 years from now. The second thing is, no matter what industry you're in, you need to be an amazing communicator. It's going to just take you to the next level in any type of situation, in any type of job. Even if you sit at your computer all day and you don't interact with a ton of people, communication is still going to get you to that next level. It's still going to make you more marketable to become the manager or then to become the director. So you always want to keep honing in on your communication skills and just get better and better, because this could be more important than anything else in every industry out there. Really good communicators can also be really great teammates. You want to be a great teammate to everyone on your team, and this is also going to make you more marketable. You want to be the person who everyone wants to be around. You don't have to be the life of the party by any means. I'm not the life of the party. I am honestly probably the quiet one in the group, but you want to be someone who others enjoy working with. And second, you also want to be able to keep creating connections and networking. Networking is going to allow you to then grow your connections, grow your opportunities, and then maybe even grow into different types of positions as well. So networking is not brown-nosing other directors or managers. It's just creating genuine connections where you can share ideas. And this is what's going to push you as well as your team forward. So now the next question is one I really love. How can I avoid lifestyle creep while still making good use of a raise? So they say that they are currently house shopping and they're renting right now with a $1,400 a month rent. And then up to recently, they've had between $1,000 and $1,500 left over at the end of each month after all of their bills. That's really great. They want their total monthly payment for a house to be basically their current rent. So he got a 40% raise at work. That's awesome. Like, that's really, really awesome. And would be able to save and invest all of the extra money. So they're asking if, but at the same time, the house that, okay, so they think that the house, like they're looking for a house, so they're thinking that having $100 to $200 higher on their mortgage would get them a nicer house. So they're looking at the $200,000 to $250,000 range for the house. But the amount of good-looking houses increases by a lot when they move to the upper limit, like $275,000 to $280,000. So right now, they have a combined income of $105,000 before, and now it's $135,000. Their total debt is around $35,000 on 2 cars and then a little bit of student loans. They say that we both contribute to the 401k up to the max of the company match. And then they say after the house down payment, we'll have a good emergency fund left and they'll have some money in a brokerage account as well. So since they aren't maxing out their 401ks, I would say immediately max that thing out. So you can put in $19,500 a year, and that is not including your company's contribution. So they say that they're only putting up to their company match, which is probably like a 5%, I would guess. So they have a long road to go. I mean, they could be around 20% going in depending on what their salary is. So that is the first thing I would do with that money. Then the second thing I would do is open up a Roth IRA and put in the max there if you can. So the max for the Roth IRA is $500 a month or $6,000 a year. So this one is amazing. It's just such an amazing retirement account. So definitely want to max that out if you can. So now you are maxing out your 401ks. You both are putting in $500 a month into your Roth IRA. So I would now create your new budget based on those expenses now that you're adding in. And then you can now see exactly how much of a house you can afford. I think we all struggle with the idea of lifestyle creep, especially if you're getting a 40% raise at work, but you have to think about the end in mind and think about what you want in the future, not what you want now. Now, I'm not saying you can't buy yourself something nice for achieving this goal. Maybe you want to go out to a nice dinner. I think that is totally reasonable, but elevating your lifestyle in terms of buying a really expensive car or buying a more expensive house can be really dangerous to your budget. And so you want to just make sure that you're just keeping your future in mind with every step of the way that you go. And so now for the Ask Carter segment of the show. So you are able to send in questions to my askcarterquestions@gmail.com account. I will also put the email in the description down below. But I will answer your questions at the end of each show. So the question for today is, this person found out that they were being paid less than entry-level employees, and they're asking what to do about it. So it depends on if they're doing your same job. I mean, if this person, if these other people are coming in doing the exact same job as you, but maybe they're more educated or have more experience, then that might be okay. But if you're doing a higher level job or you have more responsibilities than these people coming in, or more education, more skill, then I would definitely talk to my manager about it. I would say, hey, these are my expectations on my salary based on my responsibilities. I wouldn't talk about anyone else but you. So when you go in and you talk to your manager, I would never bring up another employee. I would never bring up other employees' salaries. You gotta focus on you. You wanna talk only about you. You wanna say, this is what I do every day. These are the responsibilities. This is how much online that you can get for this role. This is where my salary falls within that range. This is what I'm looking for. Can we talk about a path to like the salary that I'm looking for. So that's where I would start with this, and then you can see where it goes from there. And if they end up not wanting to raise your salary, they don't want to entertain the idea of moving you up, then I would say look for another job. I mean, this just might not be the place for you. Well, that completes the show for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's segment, please give me a like down below, as that really helps out my channel. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.